When Clara married Elias Thorne, she knew she'd be giving up city life for something quieter, more remote. But she hadn't expected to feel like prey. His ancestral estate, Wolfe Hollow, was miles from the nearest town, nestled in black pine forest. The long, narrow road that led there had no streetlights, just a dirt path swallowed by fog and crooked branches. The house itself loomed from the mist, steep-roofed and ivy-choked, with windows like unblinking eyes. Elias was warm, even apologetic. "I know it's intense," he said, "but my family takes tradition seriously." At the grand double doors, his mother Celine waited, tall and rail-thin, with white hair coiled like rope and lips that never quite smiled. "First night's the most important," she whispered, brushing Clara's cheek with ice-cold fingers. "You'll need to learn the rituals." Clara tried to laugh it off, but inside, the house was worse, its air thick with wood smoke and something metallic beneath. Portraits of stern-faced ancestors lined the halls, eyes scratched out or turned deliberately to the wall. At dinner, no one spoke. Elias's relatives, dozens of them, sat stiffly, hands clasped. When the meal was brought in, bloody meat and root vegetables, Celine led a chant in a harsh, guttural language Clara didn't recognize. She joined in only when Elias squeezed her hand under the table. That night, she was handed a page of brittle parchment, its edges curled and dark with age. In faded red ink were the house rules. The 4 laws of the Hollow: salt the windows before sundown, burn lavender at midnight, never lock your bedroom door, he must always be able to enter. No matter what you hear, never look in the fireplace during the full moon. "Just tradition," Elias murmured as he tucked her into bed. "They mean well." 3 nights later, the moon rose full behind the trees. Clara had been reading in the library, half asleep beneath a moth-eaten throw. She didn't notice the sun dip behind the trees. She didn't see the time pass. She didn't salt the windows. By the time she reached the bedroom, Elias was already in bed, lying rigid on top of the sheets. His skin glistened with sweat. His chest rose and fell in shallow gasps. "You okay?" she asked. He didn't answer. At exactly midnight, he screamed. His spine arched, fingers convulsed, bones popped with sickening cracks. Skin split at the seams and black fur pushed through. His mouth stretched, farther than human, and he let out a sound that wasn't quite a growl. It was a sob. Clara backed away as her husband thrashed off the bed, claws gouging deep into the floor. He turned to her once, eyes golden, wet with pain, then burst through the bedroom door and vanished down the hall. She chased him. The hallway was darker than it had ever been. Lamps flickered. The air was thick, almost swampy. Portraits blurred as she passed them. Some seemed to bleed from the eyes, others wept ash. She reached the stairs and found Celine waiting, dressed in black, face expressionless. "You forgot the salt," Celine said. "He wasn't ready." "For what?" Clara demanded. "What's happening to him?" Celine only turned and walked away. Clara followed the sound of growling to the parlor. The fireplace there blazed with unnaturally high flames, white-hot like magnesium. The room stank of burning flesh, but it wasn't wood fueling the fire. She saw it now. Bones, split femurs, rib cages, skull fragments with melted teeth, blackened, crumbling, but still shaped like people. A scratching came from behind the hearth wall, slow, desperate. Then a whisper. "Clara, don't look." She did. The brick behind the fire cracked, then split. A panel slid open, revealing a hidden crawl space, and from it, he emerged. He had Elias's face, but wrong. Too long. Lips torn at the corners, patches of fur writhing like insects. His eyes glowed wide and wild, rimmed with red. "Help me," he rasped. She stumbled back, but Celine was behind her. "This is the final part of the taming," the old woman whispered. Her voice was colder than snow. "You either open your arms and take him as he is, or burn, like the ones who wouldn't." Clara turned slowly. More of them had gathered, Elias's family or what remained of them. All pale, all smiling, and all missing something. A finger, an eye, a hand. The price, perhaps, of survival. She looked again at the fireplace. In the flames, she saw faces, dozens of them. Women, screaming, mouths open, forever frozen in agony. She backed away, toward Elias, toward the creature who had once held her hand gently, who now crouched like a beast, watching her through amber eyes. But he hadn't attacked her, even in this form. He waited. That somehow was worse. "You tamed him once," Celine said softly, "with your love. Now, Tame the rest. Clara's legs trembled. Her heart pounded like thunder in her skull. She stepped forward. The beast let out a soft, strangled growl. She raised her arms, open, bare, waiting. The creature lunged, but not to kill, to hold, its claws wrapped around her, its head pressed into her shoulder. Its breath came in ragged, choking gasps, and its body shook violently in her arms. She didn't scream. She only closed her eyes. And somewhere in the house, the portrait shifted. A new one appeared. A painting of Clara in black lace, standing beside Elias. His eyes were gold. Her smile was thin. A wolf's shadow clung to her feet. They would say she tamed him, but what really happened was worse. She joined him.